Welcome dear students to the next lecture of the unit 1, some basic concepts of the chemistry, class 11. That is the scientific notation, also called as the exponential notation. Before coming to the topic, let me remind you something, that science is basically the study of the nature. Nature has two portions, living and non-living. The study of the living portion of the nature, they are called as the biological sciences, including botany, zoology and microbiology, which deal with the plants, animals and microorganisms respectively. In the same way, the study of the non-living portion of the nature, those sciences are called as the physical sciences, which include geology, the study of the earth, physics, the study of the energy and matter, and chemistry, the study of the matter. So chemistry is a physical science, and like other sciences, it also depends on the observations and experiments. When you perform experiment in the lab, then you collect some data, which is the experimental data. And sometimes without performing any experiment, you also perform some theoretical calculations in chemistry. Whether you are collecting the experimental data or theoretical calculations, your results should be accurate, they should be certain. There should be minimum uncertainty in those results. And to make sure that those results are certain with the minimum uncertainty, let us discuss some ideas how you can make sure that the results of the experiments, they are accurate and certain. And one of the idea is the scientific notation. My dear students, in chemistry, we are dealing with numbers, sometimes very large numbers like Avogadro's number, and sometimes very small numbers, just like the Planck's constant, just like the charge on one electron, and similarly the mass of an individual atom of the hydrogen. Now, this one is Avogadro's number. It is written in non-exponential form, and you can see how large this number is. And second one, this one is mass of an atom of hydrogen in grams. It is in non-exponential form, and you can see how small this number is. Now the challenge for the students, sometimes it becomes that multiplying, adding, subtracting or dividing these very large and very small numbers becomes very difficult. So to perform all the mathematical functions with very large or very small numbers, it is a real challenge. Now what to do? We will have to express these large and small numbers into some simple form, and that form is basically the scientific notation or exponential notation, which is generally expressed as n into 10 raised to power small n. Here this n can be any number from 1 to 10, it may be a whole number or a fractional number, and this small n, usually it is a whole number, but it can be positive or negative. Now how to write these non-exponential large and small number into exponential form? We will have to move the decimal either towards the left or towards the right. Now here the decimal point is this one. You will move this decimal towards the left up to this point, up to the first non-zero digit. It will become, when the decimal moves from here to here, in between 0 and 6, it will become 6.02. This 6.02 will be n of this exponential form into 10 raised to power. Now what should be the exponent of 10? What should be the power of 10? It will be equal to the number of the digits that the decimal has moved towards left. Now how many digits the decimal has moved towards the left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 and 23. So the decimal has moved 23 digits towards the left. So the power of this 10 will be 23, and this 23 is basically the small n. Now whether it will be positive or negative, it depends upon the direction in which the decimal moves. You will have to memorize this point, that if the decimal moves towards left, then the power of 10 will be positive. It will increase in a positive fashion. But in the second case of this mass of one hydrogen atom, if you want to write this non-exponential mathematical number into the exponential form, then the point will move towards right, and that will move here because after the first non-zero number, and it will become 1.66. This 1.66 will be n into 10 raised to power. Now that power of 10 will be equal to the number of digits that the decimal has moved towards right. Let us count how many digits they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. So it will be 10 raised to power 24. Now this 24 will be negative or positive. When the decimal moves towards right, then it is negative. The decimal will keep on moving towards the right. The power of 10 will keep on increasing negatively. But if the decimal moves towards the left, then how many digits it moves towards the left, that will be the power of the 10 positively. So whenever the decimal will move towards the left, the power of 10 will increase in positive manner, and if it will move towards the right, then the power of 10 will increase in the negative manner. So my dear students, this one and this one, these are the exponential forms of these very large and very small numbers. And in this you have written the large and small numbers in the form of power of 10. I have just mentioned in this lecture that performing the mathematical functions with these very large and very small numbers, that is very difficult, but when we write down in their exponential form, then the mathematical functions, they become somewhat easier. Let us discuss how. If we want to add or subtract the exponential numbers, what we will have to do? Suppose that this one is an exponential number, n into 10 raised to power n, and here is another exponential number. If you want to add the two exponential numbers, then first of all you will try that the power of 10, these small n of the two exponential forms, they should be equal. Then you can perform the calculation easier. Nowadays calculators are available and you can perform them even if they are unequal. But if you are going through some entrance exam and you want to add the two exponential numbers, then you will have to keep this point in your mind. That try to first equalize these two n, and then these two number n will be added into n, and the 10 raised to power n will be taken as common. For example, you want to add 6.64 into 10 raised to power 4 plus 8.95 into 10 raised to power 3. Now the powers of 10 in both these exponential numbers, they are different from each other. So the first point is here that try to make them same. Either you will have to make this power 4 equal to 3, or you will have to make this power 3 equal to the 4. So I am here making this 3 4. 6.64 into 10 raised to power 4 plus. Now in order to increase the power of the 10, I will have to move the digit towards the left, just like I have discussed here. And I want to increase it by 1, so I will move the decimal 1 digit towards the left, and it will become 4. Then add these two numbers just like this, and the power of 10, that will be common, and the result will be 7.545 into 10 raised to power 4. All these concepts, I think so that you have already studied them in class 4 or 5 standards as well. Now how to subtract these numbers, exponential numbers? If you want to subtract the exponential numbers, again the rule will be same, that this one is an exponential number, here is the other one, you will subtract them, n will be subtracted, and 10 raised to power n will be taken as a common number. Just to elaborate it, let me give you an example. If there is 2.5 into 10 raised to power 2, it is minus 2, plus 4.8 into 10 raised to power minus 3. Now first of all, try to make these numbers equal to each other, and either you will have to convert this 2 into 3 or this 3 into 2. What I am doing here, I am converting this minus 3 into minus 2. So it will remain same 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus 2 plus. Now I want to decrease this number by one digit. If I want to decrease this by one digit, then I will have to move the point to left, because if I will add 1 in this minus 3, then it will become minus 2. So I want to add one number in this power. I will have to move the decimal 1 point towards the left. It will become 0.48 into 10 raised to power minus 2. Now we are discussing subtraction. So now subtract these two numbers. 2.5 minus 0.48 and 10 raised to power minus 2 will be common, and after subtracting them the result will be 2.02 into 10 raised to power minus 2. So in this way, the subtraction and addition, they have same rule, that n are added or subtracted and the 10 raised to power n is taken as common. But first of all, we will try to make the power of the 10 equal in both exponential numbers. Now let us discuss their division and multiplication. So first of all, multiplication of the exponential forms. Suppose that there is n into 10 raised to power n. This one is a exponential number and you want to multiply it with n into 10 raised to power n. Now my dear students, what is the rule? You will multiply these two numbers n with n and you will add the power of 10, n plus n. These two powers are added. For example, now let us take an example of the multiplication. 2.7 into 10 raised to power minus 3 multiplied by 5.4 into 10 raised to power 4. Please note one point, that here it is not necessary that these n should be equal. It is not necessary that both powers should be equal. The condition that both powers should be equal, that is applicable when you are subtracting or adding the exponential forms. Now what will you do? 2.7 multiplied by 5.4 into 10 raised to power, this one is minus 3 plus this one is plus 4. So you will add them. After multiplying 2.7 with 5.4, it will come out 14.58 into 10 raised to power minus 3 plus 4, that will be 1. If you want to write it into the non-exponential form and you want to remove this 10 raised to power 1, move the digit towards the right. This decimal will move one digit towards the right and then 10 raised to power will be minus 1. Already it was 1, but after moving the decimal towards the right for one digit, the power will be minus 1. So it will be 145.8 and 10 raised to power 0. And you know 10 raised to power 0 is equal to 1. So it will be 145.8. In this way, you can multiply the two exponential forms. Now let us discuss how to divide the exponential forms division. Suppose 1 is exponential number n into 10 raised to power n divided by n into 10 raised to power n. Now you will divide these two numbers first, n over n. This 10 raised to power n will remain unchanged, this one, and when we will move this 10 raised to power n upwards, then you know that the power, if positive it becomes negative, if negative it becomes positive. So when you will move this 10 raised to power n from downwards to upwards, then the n will become negative n, and if it was already negative n here, then it will become positive n. But we have n here, so it will become negative n. And then n will be divided with n, and you will again add these two because it is again multiplication of the powers, so it will be n plus minus n. Now let us take an example. For example, there are two numbers. If we divide the same numbers like 2.7 into 10 raised to power minus 3 divided by 5.4 into 10 raised to power 4, the numbers we have just multiplied. Again, you will write it down as 2.7 over 5.4, both n will be divided, into 10 raised to power minus 3, that will remain same, and then this digit 10 raised to power 4, it will move upwards, then it will become 10 raised to power minus 4. Now 2.7 divided by 5.4, that will be 1 by 2, means 0.5. It will be 0.5 into 10 raised to power minus 7. And if you want to move the move the decimal towards the right, it will become 5.0 into 10 raised to power minus 8. Because when you move the decimal towards the right, then the number of digit it moves, the power becomes more negative. When it was minus 7 first, but now when you move this decimal towards the right, it becomes minus 8. This will be the answer. So all these mathematical functions, they are important when you are doing the calculation without calculator in some entrance exams. Otherwise, in the normal routine, you use the scientific calculators, and these calculations, they are very easy. But the questions are asked that what are the rules when we follow the division or addition or subtraction or multiplication of the exponential forms, and you must have an idea that how to convert a non-exponential number into the exponential number. Next time we will come up with the significant figures, and that will be again a very important lecture. See you again. Take care.